Paul and Silas, when praise breaks chains in the dark. They were only doing what God asked. Paul and Silas had been preaching the gospel, healing the broken, casting out demons. One day, a slave girl possessed by a spirit followed them for days, shouting. Paul turned, commanded the spirit to leave her, and it did. Freedom for her. But trouble for them. Her owners were furious. They had made money from her misery. Now their profit was gone. So they dragged Paul and Silas before the city officials. False charges were shouted. The crowd joined in. No trial, no defense. Just rage. They were beaten with rods, flesh torn, backs broken, then thrown into the deepest cell of the prison. Their feet locked in stocks. Their bodies throbbed with pain. Their mission had led to chains, and the night was long. But at midnight, the moment when hope usually dies, something else happened. They sang. Bruised backs, bleeding feet, bound hands, still they sang. Hymns, praise, worship in the dark, and the other prisoners listened. Not just to the melody, but to the strength behind it. Then the ground began to tremble. An earthquake, strong enough to shake the prison. Doors flew open, chains fell. Freedom instantly, but no one ran. Because the real miracle was not the unlocked cells, but the transformed hearts. The jailer woke to chaos. Seeing open doors, he drew his sword, ready to take his life. But Paul shouted, "Don't harm yourself!" "We're all here," the jailer called for light. Rushed in and fell before them, trembling. "What must I do to be saved?" Paul answered, "Believe in the Lord Jesus, and you will be saved, you and your household." That night, the jailer washed their wounds, and they washed his soul in baptism. So this story teaches us, chains don't define freedom, faith does. Your worship in pain may be someone else's awakening. God doesn't always remove the storm. Sometimes he joins you in the cell. Paul and Silas weren't delivered because they praised. They praised because they trusted. And God met them there, in the dark, in the ache, in the silence. Why, maybe you're in your own prison. Not with bars, but with fear, failure, or waiting. And maybe it's midnight in your heart. Sing anyway, because worship doesn't wait for deliverance. It brings it, like this story. If you believe faith still sings in the storm, share it with someone who needs light in a dark place. Subscribe for more true stories where worship breaks what fear cannot.